Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, What's Next in Love for You. So today we're going to take a look at what's coming in next in the area of love, whether it's a new person and new energy, a new stage in a current connection that you already have, or perhaps a whole new outlook in the area of love for you. Remember, these messages are timeless and they find you whenever you're ready to receive them. So sit back, take a moment to relax and ground yourself and allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. Now you can take a minute here if you'd like and pause the video, but when you're ready, you can go straight to your reading at the timestamps below. So I'm going to get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, let's just jump right into your reading for today. What's coming in next for you? The Hunter. So for you, there's a person coming in who's resonating with that hunter archetype. What's your energy right now? You want to mingle. That's your energy. That's your outlook. What animal spirit are you working with right now? You have unicorn energy. So this is a magical outlook, right? Can be a sign of clairaudience, clairvoyance coming in. What does spirit have to say? Communication. So yeah, your senses are heightened right now, especially with that unicorn and that emphasis on communication from spirit. But we're going to go deeper and get the rest of your reading out. For you, pile number 1, it's all about a person coming in for you, specifically somebody who resonates with that hunter archetype. What else is coming in for my pile number 1, people? 9 of Swords energy, 6 of Pentacles, a lot of wealth coming in, blessings, judgment comes in. You have a 9 of Wands, another 9, the Hermit, more 9 energy, and finally the Magician. Wow, this is a beautiful reading. At the bottom of the deck, 4 of Wands. I'm not really surprised. 4 of Wands energy is quite nice here. It is the 1111 card. Right, so we're going to get into that. Of course, we're going to get more clarifiers. And at the end of the reading, I will be pulling out your zodiac signs to see what kind of zodiac energy you are dealing with. But this is an interesting reading. Right now, you are wanting to mingle. That's the stage that you're at. But let's talk about this hunter coming in for you. Because this person, hunter energy, it can be very alpha, very focused energy, the hunter. This is somebody who's very single-minded, right? So if you're in this person's sights, if they have their eyes on you, if they have their focus on you, if you are the object of their attention, can be very intense indeed, right? The hunter is somebody who really puts all of their energy towards achieving their target, right? Their target specifically, right? So this is someone who's going to use every aspect, right, to sort of get to what they want. It won't just be about reaching out and sort of being proactive. They're going to also strategize and plan. They're going to think a lot about how to get to you or how to get close to you. So right away, we have somebody coming in for you. And then a 9 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles. So interesting, there is a little bit of anxiety here, but there's a lot of wealth and blessings coming in. This could be the anxiety that somebody is maybe even giving you through this energy. Right away, I feel it. So you may already know this person, right? We're going to come back to that 4 of Wands at the bottom, but you may already know this person. You may already have come across this person who resonates with this hunter energy. And there is a little bit of anxiety there, but with it comes a lot of, this person is bringing a lot of blessings. They are someone who likes to take care of you, likes to sort of spend money. And yet you have that anxiety, 9 of Swords. Could be that right now you're not in that mindset, right? You're about mingling, but we're going to get to that. Let's talk a little bit more about this hunter. Who is this person? Why do we have this anxiety here coming in? So there's a revelation. There's some information that comes out to you. Magician comes in. Again, Magician, money, and sun energy. There is a bit of a revelation that comes in. So you're kind of out there, right? You're mingling. I think you're already in the stage of mingling, socializing, kind of wanting, not necessarily dating a bunch of people, but just wanting to go out, socialize, get to know people. And I do think you've already come across this energy of the hunter. What's giving you a little bit of pause, though, I think, is that this individual comes across like just so overwhelmingly capable, slick. I feel a slick vibe here. Polished. This person is really polished. They have money. They have money. They have a vibe about them as if they can do no wrong. They're very intense. You have somebody in your love life that is very intense. And right now, you're in this mingling stage, right? Now, with them comes, I see right away someone, they're kind of sweeping you off your feet as well for some of you. They may be paying for a lot of things. They may be paying for dinners. They may be sort of whisking you away, kind of just showing you a really beautiful time. It doesn't feel super, super serious on your part, right? But for this person, hunter energy can be quite intense. They want what they want, what they want, right? And at the bottom of the deck, let me come to this. There is that Four of Wands. Four of Wands can be a very strong, immediately sort of secure connection that you have with someone. It can indicate, the energy coming together with someone, there being a sense of celebration that two souls or two people have come together who are meant to come together. It is a soulmate card. But I get pause here from that anxiety, and I think it's just how strongly this person is coming across to you, right? While you're not necessarily in a stage to do much more than mingle. You just kind of want to go out and about. You have Judgment and Nine of Wands. So another nine. It indicates to me that you've been kind of going through a solitary period. I think you like your own company. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I think you really, really like your own company. There is a feeling here that you've been kind of walking a path in your love life that you've been on for so long that it's not really a whole lot of work anymore. Judgment is there because there is a feeling that this might be the time to kind of let go of some things in the past. I think you're a little bit nervous. This person who is in your life now, I think they may still be either triggering a little bit of what you've been through in the past with maybe someone similar, or for some of you, they're really sort of, I want to say, triggering a vibe of a new stage in your life, a new level, a leveling up, and kind of like really getting you to, face like saying goodbye, right? It's like things are changing. This person is coming in. They have a vibe about them that's very different. It's more of a challenging vibe for you to kind of let go of the past. It's time for the past to be the past. This person, apart from being very intense, they resonate with a lot of really positive energy that it almost feels it's like, yeah, you deserve this. It's time for you to know that you deserve this, right? And it's time to sort of let go of anything that's been holding you back, any sort of negativity that might have been holding you back. Seven of Swords is there, interesting. And an Ace of Pentacles, and that's your new beginning. So yeah, I think it's like being nervous about trusting the future. Being a little bit nervous here. You have a little bit of nerves about trusting the vibe, the energy. This person comes across like someone who really wants to get to know you. They want to sort of spend time and effort on you. Sun comes in. There is like a clarity that comes through. And I think the nervousness that is happening and the sort of seriousness to a certain degree, they're quite serious. You're kind of, I want to mingle, but there is a serious vibe underneath there for you because it's really time to let go of anything that you've been holding on that has tied you to past negative thinking, past insecurities. It's time to be over that and sort of take a step into the future. Seven of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you have a really real opportunity here to have abundance in all areas, including your love life, right? If you are willing to sort of let go of past sort of behavior, past crutches you may have leaned on, or things that just you no longer serve you anymore, ways of thinking. Seven of Swords is there. It feels to me like for some of you there are influences, perhaps people or connections in your life that are still kind of seeking to take some of your energy, right? Take some of your faith in yourself, belief in yourself. You have been hermited away for a time. Hermit and Magician again. Yeah, I feel like this is new for you, right? It's new for you to kind of socialize, be out and about. Yeah, you're ready for that, right? You're in a stage for that, but it feels also like you've gotten used to your own company, and what was a difficult sort of path perhaps before, as a result maybe of a bad breakup or a heartache that you suffered, or just a sequence of like lousy, connections. We've all been there, right? You kind of really got used to being happy with your own space and company. And whereas at first it may have felt quite difficult, maybe even, quote unquote, lonely, or now you kind of see the value in it. You're very comfortable in your own space, around your own things, your own space, your own energy. You found a level of strength in that. And so, yes, you're ready to mingle, to go out and socialize. But I think that anything heavy, heavy, serious has got you kind of still dealing with the last little bit to let go of, right? To fully commit to a new stage in love. And so you're coming out of a hermited time. There is an opportunity here with this hunter. And you're just a little nervous. You're resonating with unicorn spirit right now, which is really excellent for you, because unicorn spirit reminds us that, it's all about your belief. You have to really believe in magic, and, it's about your outlook, your perception, the way that you choose to see the world is what comes in. And if you're kind of like ready to really open yourself up to some magic coming in, you have that security and confidence that you've established by being in your own space and working on your own sense of strength. So there's no need to worry or to fear. You're very strong. You're in a really strong position, but this is kind of new for you. And mingling with somebody who resonates with this heavy alpha hunter energy also is kind of new for you. But I think you're there for it. I think you enjoy it. It's a little daunting. You're a little bit nervous, right? There is some energy here still lingering. There may be still some energy with previous connection or people in your life that still are kind of bringing a little shadow, negativity, still stealing or draining, I want to say, a little bit of your energy. And maybe time for you to really finally cut them off and be like, okay, yeah, we're done now. Because you have this new opportunity coming in that's really, really beautiful. You resonate with Magician. Your person resonates with Magician. Spirit says it's all about communication. Yeah, now is the time to really be clear with your communication with everyone in your life. With your new people, with the people that may still be connected to you, that are still kind of bringing a little bit of shadow to your life. It may be time now to effectively say, okay, we've run our course. Enough is enough. Let me go ahead and pull out your spirits. We're going to pull out spirits of darkness and light. Oops, we're flipped. I'm going to take that. 3 cards flipped over. Right away, we have demon spirit, tormented shadow self. Yeah, there is a little feeling that there's still someone in your life that kind of resonates with that tormented energy, that fear energy of totally losing you. Spirit of the Pentacle, faith, unity, and wholeness. I think that's what's coming in, and that's where you're at. There is a sense of faith and unity right now in your life. And Spirit of the Ring. I love this. A contract, a promise, and a commitment. I think that seriousness of the Spirit of the Ring is what this person, the hunter, is resonating with and coming in with. And I think you love it. I think you're there for it. I think there's a possibility with that 4 of Wands of this being a really nice connection, but a new type of connection, a different type of connection, one that you're absolutely ready for, and one that's really going to mark kind of a turning point in your life. Now, a lot of you still just resonating with that mingle energy of like, just let's take it easy and let's just socialize and keep things simple. And I think that's exactly where you should be and need to be right now. But that's where you want to be right now. But there is very quickly something heavier around the corner. Taurus energy is coming in, Gemini energy, and Aries. Wow. Okay. Taurus, Gemini, Aries, all coming in. So some of you are dealing with those signs in your chart. You may be dealing with those type of energies in your hunter, whatever the case may be. However it resonates with you, take it as it comes and leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for watching this. This has been pile number 1. Now, if you resonate with this, go ahead and sound off below in the comments or hit the like button. That really lets me know if you're enjoying the content and enjoying the readings, if you're getting some clarity out of it. And I really appreciate that. Now, if you are called to stay with me for pile number 2, let's get started. Pile number 2, let's get right into your reading. What's coming in next? The seed. So a seed has been sown for sure. What is your vibe right now? You have expectations. Yes, this next stage, you have expectations. Snake energy is what you resonate with. So that's beautiful, grounding, creative energy. And Spirit says there's some curiosity in the air over this next stage in love for you. So a seed has been sown. Let's go ahead and go deeper into your reading. I love this energy. So yeah, no wonder you have expectations. There is already something that you have started to see, that you've started to sort of not necessarily plan for, but you might want to see what the outcome is. What other energies do we have? 4 of Pentacles comes in, 8 of Wands, King of Pentacles, I love that. 7 of Cups, anything you desire. 9 of Cups, happiness. And then the Emperor. Wow. So did you plant a seed to get an Emperor to come in? Maybe you have Queen of Cups at the bottom. Yeah, you're calling in your Emperor. I really like this energy. Right? Right away, there is someone I think you've had your sights on. You know, you're resonating with that Queen of Cups. So you are fully in touch with your desires and wants and your feelings, right? You're in a really healthy place. And as I look ahead, Spirit says you're in a very curious place right now. There's someone you have a lot of curiosity about, and you have indeed planted the seed. So the seed, this could just have been a meeting or an event or some kind of energy, right, that you put out there in the world that is now bearing fruit. And this next stage of your love life, you're going to see the fruit of that seed, or, whatever that seed is producing for you, right? The growth of it. 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. So right now, you are at a stage where you're very, very sort of stable. Stability is here for you. Financial stability is really the most important, right? There's a lot, 8 of Wands, there's a lot of communication happening. I think there is a lot of energy outside of your love life that is happening right now for you. And part of the seed that you sowed for the next stage in love, I think you sowed that seed quite some time ago. And up until now, most recently, you've been really sort of busy making sure that your own material stability is strong, right? That your foundation is strong. That you have support, right? Because there's just so much. 8 of Wands is a lot of activity. You may be very busy at work. You may have a lot of people coming in who want your time and energy. Let's see what else is going on here. Justice comes in, a rebalancing, and Lovers energy. Wow, Justice and Lovers. So this is quite interesting. I have to cover over that Lovers card because YouTube does not like to be seeing that, so I have to cover over the nudity. Sorry about that, guys. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But Justice and Lovers is a strong energy to come in. Yeah, you sowed a seed for a love connection, and Justice is here too. You may have been quite busy, I'm gonna say, with tying up loose ends of a previous arrangement, right? You may have been busy even sort of dealing with a separation or some kind of rebalancing. There was a karmic rebalancing that involved your material possessions, your stability, your financial stability, a lot of back and forth coming in. And I do feel like this almost feels like you were wrapping up, right? A previous connection that you had that was very intertwined into your life. But that seed that is growing now for the next stage in love is something that was planted quite some time ago. Now, what's your vibe right now? Yeah, you have expectations. Yeah, this almost feels like the follow on from a plan. Yeah, it feels like you had a plan in place for quite some time. And there's been different stages to it. You may have had to go through this recent sort of rebalancing. Again, I feel like you may have even had agreements, mediation, maybe some issues to do with court, even, right? It was very busy time, but all of this was something it feels here like was planned. It was something that you needed to go through and deal with to make room for what is coming next. Some of you divorce somebody so you can marry somebody else. Yeah. And that's okay because that's what love is. If you fall in love, that's what you're supposed to do. If you no longer love your partner or you fall in love with somebody else and life goes on, you're doing all of the right things. I don't feel third party energy here. I feel like this is all very much the next chapter in a sequence of events that is ultimately leading you to some emperor energy, some strong divine masculine energy. Expectations are there, yeah, because this has been part of a long-term plan. King of Pentacles and Seven of Cups. Yeah, opening up sort of the door to a lot of wishes and goals that you've had. Now you have your choice. You have options. King of Pentacles is interesting. There is a strong feeling of support coming in for you, financial support, advice, guidance. The King of Pentacles is generally somebody who will come in or who already has a level of authority and respect and is able to provide counsel and guidance, especially in the areas of sort of financial stability, material stability, manifesting your plans and your dreams and your goals in the here and now in very real ways. It almost feels like this King of Pentacles is the support, but let's see some more about who this person may be. Wow, interesting. Page of Cups and a Two of Cups. King of Pentacles might be the person that you've sown that seed with. This person is someone who is coming in. Wow, Page of Cups and Two of Cups. A lot of cup energy. If you're interested in seeing what the various suits have to do with your love life, you can check out my latest post in the community page, blog post where I talk about that. Page of Cups and King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the beginning stages of connecting with this King of Pentacles, this person who is strong and financially secure, very wise, successful. Yeah, and this is just like the beginning stage of it. And ultimately, your wish fulfillment, your desire, one of them is to have a connected relationship, to be together with this person. Seven of Cups, it's like there's so many options for you. You want to be careful, though, with that. Because sometimes there's too many desires and wishes you want to come true, and that's unrealistic. So we have to take care with that Seven of Cups to be realistic about what's possible here and now, but very much your expectation of that beginning stage with someone who is so strong, very earthy, more earth energy with that Snake Pentacles, very strong though, very successful, grounded, right? King of Pentacles is very, very grounded. I love this energy. This person may even be someone who in their profession, they may run business. They may be an executive level or owner level or something like that. This, again, I feel someone who is Not only do they have respect and authority, but you can, they're of substance. This is a person of substance, someone who has actually achieved things in their life and can speak to a level of success and just groundedness. And I really love that. So yeah, this next, it's kind of all happening the way I feel here that you plan, right? You've had certain expectations. You've been going through a stage here of dealing with sort of getting your life ready for these expectations to come in, making room for your King of Pentacles to come in. What animal spirit are you rocking right now? The snake. So earth energy, and the snake is all about renewal, regeneration, and creativity. So it's like your whole love life is renewing on a higher level, and you yourself are there for it as well. You've been planning this kind of renewal, this ability to sort of renew your whole self, renew your outlook, renew, just as the snake sort of sheds its skin. It's like you are very much in that space of shedding the skin of the old in a very material way too. It's like you're leveling up and out of the space you were living in before, the environment you were in before. Whatever is coming out of this fallout, this feels here to me very specifically for some of you like a divorce, or an official separation, divorce, cleaving away, ending of one stage to make way for this whole sort of new, I might want to say, next level up stage in love that you have planted the seed a long time ago already, right? You've already had this goal and objective. And so your expectations are high. Your ability to step up to it is high. I love this. This is like everything coming through. And what do we have here? Nine of Cups and the Emperor. The Emperor may indeed be just this level that you're resonating up to. Emperor energy can also just be a state of mind that you reach in your life. With Nine of Cups, that's a wish fulfillment. And Emperor energy is kind of reaching that pinnacle. You have everything you want and desire, and it's been through the planning and strategy and movements and actions that you have made. The Emperor of anything represents control. And you have been very much the one who's been in control here of this whole thing unfolding. So it feels very much like you very much come into your power here. You very much come into exactly the position you wanted to be at. That Emperor vibe is there. Aries is Aries is the sign associated with the Emperor and Tarot, and Libra, of course, is associated with Justice. Gemini with Lovers. So you have Libra, Gemini, and Aries sort of represented here in the cards. But Aries and Emperor, more than anything, is about conquering new territory and really establishing your sense of control and authority and dominion in that territory. And so this is very much you coming into a place in your life where you are establishing your dominion over this stage of your life. It feels like a real graduation almost. What does Spirit have to say? There's a sense of curiosity here, which is interesting. Curiosity is one of those energies that we need to have to be able to expand, to learn new things, right? That desire to want to know more, that I am curious. I'm curious, I'm curious what will happen. How's this? What's that? Curiosity is a beautiful energy to have to allow you to go deeper into any energy, any scenario. So remember that Spirit is talking about that for you right here. So let's go ahead and jump into, I'm going to pull out the spirits of darkness and light now for you. See what kind of energies are around this stage. Pile number 2, this is definitely a stage in your love life that you have been planning. 3 cards flipped over. So let's see what they are. That you have been planning, and now everything is kind of coming to fruition. We have Spirit of the Angel, guidance, blessings, right? Answered prayers. Yeah, it absolutely feels like that. But we also have Spirit of Envy. So there is some energy, some shadow there, some people who may be resentful. This may indeed be leftover energy from this kind of karmic rebalancing here. And we have Spirit of Air, clarity, awareness, and truth. Yeah, the clarity comes in The truth comes in a lot of ways, but again, almost in a reaffirmation here for you, right? So any kind of, I want to say any kind of information or clarity that comes in only reaffirms that you have been on the right track. Everything that is sort of happening now is happening because you planned it, I want to say, or you certainly foresaw this kind of playing out like this. You've definitely done what you can for it to play out like this. Dealing with, the ending of one stage, having planted the seed for the next stage, and that next stage unfolding now in a very specific love connection and a very specific feeling of bliss and joy and happiness and wishes being fulfilled. What zodiacs do we have? Well, there's your Aries right away. And there's your Libra. You know what I mean? And Taurus. So we have Aries, Emperor, Libra, Justice coming in, and Taurus. So you can see right away, if you're resonating with this reading, sound off in the comments. You're going to know this is all going to tie in together for you quite nicely. Go ahead and hit the like button. If this was your reading, if you can claim this energy, if your plans are coming out exactly the way you had, or pretty much close to exactly the way you had foreseen them, let us know, because this is a really interesting read. Pile number 2, what's next in love for you? All right, everybody, this is the end of the message I have for you for right now. But if you feel called, you want to stay with me, we're going to get started with pile number 3 right now. Pile number 3, let's get right into your reading. The Ring. That's what's coming in next for you in love. The Ring. Wow. What's your mindset right now? You are having a magical mindset. Anything is possible. What's your animal spirit? The Moth. Air energy. Always attracted to that glittery gold. And what does Spirit have to say? Follow your intuition, right? So right now is the time to really listen to your gut, listen to your inner voice. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards out. So the next stage in love for you is all about a ring. You may already be in a connection then, right? So there's a feeling here that this reading for pile number 3 right away is the next stage in an already existing connection that you have with someone. Knight of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords, a decision. Oh, and we have Knight of Cups, wow, and the High Priestess. There's your intuition, and there's your knight offering you a ring. Uh-oh, this is an interesting reading, the Wheel of Fortune. So the universe and divine timing is absolutely at play. Before we go into your actual cards, let's take a look at this ring that's coming in. The ring is a beautiful archetype. It's a symbol, right? It's a symbol of a connection. It's a symbol of an agreement, right? The two of you agreeing to be bound together as one, right? In the form of the symbol of the ring. It's definitely a resonating up of a current connection. Somebody is definitely coming into you to offer you this ring. What else do we have? Knight of Wands and 4 of Pentacles, right? So it's all about security, right? There is a feeling here that someone in your life resonating with that Knight of Wands energy wants to take the next step. It's their desire to move forward with this this goal or objective. They're very passionate. They're very fiery. There is a feeling that there is excitement in the air. There's also a feeling here that 4 of Pentacles, now is the time to sort of shore up stability financially and materially. This offer of the ring may indeed do that. You know, it may sort of cement some of your foundation, especially if we're talking about finances and living arrangements. But before we move on, let's take a little deeper look. 7 of Cups, you have desired this, and the 2 of Wands. Wow. It's a feeling here that it was very much like you are in a connection with somebody and the two of you have been like, well, what do we do next? You know, we're ready to take on the world. We have so many hopes and dreams. What's the next step? The next step is to do it together. So not only is there that fiery Knight of Wands there, but we also have a 2 of Wands, a desire to sort of drive right into the next level, the next stage, take on the world. There's a Bonnie and Clyde vibe here. Like the two of you will absolutely be a power couple. You'll be stronger together. You have a lot of dreams and goals, I think, that you both share. This is an exciting time. Again, the Wheel of Fortune is at the bottom of the deck because divine timing is at play. The universe is really opening up all the perfect doors for everything to sort of run smoothly, to tick along, exactly the way it should. So this is a great feeling. And your mindset right now is magical, right? Anything can happen. Everything is divine. You know you are the co-creator of your reality, co-manifesting with the universe, right? Everything is kind of slotting into place. There's a real feeling of almost being in a dream right now for you. I think this is everything that you've wanted. The two of you have made a lot of plans. It's beautiful, right? Eight of Wands and Two of Swords. So here it gets a little bit interesting. There is a lot of action around you, a lot of energy all of a sudden, and a decision. There are people pulling at you through this next stage that may be pulling at your energy, your time, from different sort of places, maybe family or friends. There's just suddenly a lot of activity. And there is a choice that you're faced with that's quite difficult here. Now, this next stage in love, I'm going to pull out some more cards, right? There is something here. There is some kind of choice that you need to make. And Spirit right away has told you, follow your gut, follow your intuition. Yeah, yes, there is a bit of a battle going on for your own happiness. There may be people around you that may be sort of seeking to disrupt or cause a lot of anxiety or cause just tension, just bringing obstacles in your way. You're there for it, though. You're ready. Seven of Wands is valor and courage. And Ten of Cups is longevity and love and lasting, a lasting love, a lasting commitment, everything you desired coming into fruition. But yeah, you definitely, listen, as a result of this ring coming in, I would say proposal, right? Coming in, there is absolutely people around you that are seeking to sort of disrupt your happiness, your stability, your strength. Lean into that Bonnie and Clyde. Lean into your lover and you both together against the world, because people, there's a vibe here that there's energy around you that will try to force you to make a decision that is an unfair decision to make. Remember, you have Two of Swords there. It's an unfair decision to make. It's almost an impossible decision. And whenever you're put in that scenario, especially with people who are putting really unfair pressure on you and requirements on you, you should always choose your own happiness. Choose your happiness. Ten of Cups. That's what this is all about. Moth is there. So right now, Moth energy reminds you that, the moth loves beauty and glittery things and bright things. The lesson of the moth is the moth and the flame. Be careful what you attract to, right? Be careful, the perceptions that you have of people. On the surface, they may seem safe, but they aren't. So you want to take care right now, with that moth energy reminding you that a lot of commotion is happening. A lot of beautiful and interesting energy is coming your way. And you want to take care not to divert too much of your attention, or to dilute too much of your attention amongst a bunch of options. You want to try to stay focused, right? Stay focused on what is secure, what you desire, your true goals, not to be distracted. The other lesson of moth energy is that lesson of distraction. Oftentimes people will try to distract you with glittery energy or just focused sort of distractive energy, whether it's positive or negative. It's just meant to distract and sow chaos and really get you off of your square. So watch out for that. Spirit says it's all about you following your gut. Intuition is there, right? So you know what to trust, what not to trust. You want to pay attention to that. I'm going to pull another card for the moth because I'm quite curious. what it is around you that may indeed be pulling your attention away from what's important. There's definitely people that are seeking to sort of throw obstacles in your way. But you have a warrior spirit about this, right? I think, you absolutely feel like, spirit is on your side, divine timing is on your side. You don't want anybody to sort of take that magical vibe that you have right now, that feeling of awe. What comes out? Justice. Wow. So a rebalancing, a karmic energy is coming in that may seek to distract. You getting your ring, moving into this stage may indeed be a rebalancing of some karma that needed to be rebalanced, some good karma coming in that was due to you. But in any case, Justice being card for Libra, oftentimes it's just your life kind of coming back into alignment to where it should be. And so remember to keep focused on that. Moth energy is reminding you it is magical what's happening right now, but it's also meant to be. It's very meant, it's very divinely led. And again, it's the next natural stage in a connection with someone that you've wanted to get you wanted to get to this stage with. Now we can talk about that Knight of Cups and High Priestess. The High Priestess reminds you that, yeah, you already know what's going on. You already have all of the information and knowledge that you need, all of the wisdom. You only have to listen to your gut, to your intuition, your inner voice to follow that knowledge and put that wisdom into place. Knight of Cups is there. Someone absolutely desires to court you in that way, right? To woo you, court you, to offer you that ring. And there it is, Ace of Swords. The truth comes out. There is a lover in your life. This is already a connection, but for some of you, this may be a surprise. The fact that this person indeed wants to go to that level or wants to offer that ring and have that commitment with you may indeed be a bit of a surprise, because Ace of Swords comes in as clarity, new information, clarity, sort of an awakening almost. And so, yeah, you have been in a connection with someone where the two of you have had a lot of dreams and goals and wishes. But right now, some of you, don't want to spoil the surprise, right? But some of you are going to be made aware of the fact that they are absolutely now ready to go to the next stage. But you do have some energies around you that are seeking to sort of disrupt all of that. So you want to take care, watch out for that. Let's pull out some spirits of darkness and light to see what kind of spiritual energy may be blocking you or may be supporting you in your next stage here. We have Spirit of the Clover, so luck and abundance. Spirit of the Swans, I love that. Swans mate for life. And Spirit of the Crow, so prophecy, messages. Sometimes the crow gets a bit of a bad rap, is associated with bad news, but it's prophetic news. It's important information that comes in from the crow. Oftentimes information that spirit wants you to know. And it's how you handle it, right? The Spirit of the Swans, grace and poise and elegance. Yeah, that grace, that beauty, that next level of refinement, especially in love. Swans often, of course, we know that swans mate for life. Spirit of the Clover and luck and abundance. Yeah, there's luck here. Spirit of the Wheel of Fortune is spinning, so Spirit of the Clover tracks completely with this. Again, of course, it feels like good luck is at play because you're really aligned on your path and what the next stage that's meant for you to come in is coming in, right? So let's go ahead and see what zodiac signs you guys are dealing with. We already mentioned that Libra is showing up. What else do we have? Show me. Cancer energy, Pisces energy, and Aquarius energy. Wow, 2 strong water and an air. Cancer, Pisces, and Aquarius. That may be in your chart or your person's chart. Take it how it comes to you. I'm going to leave it at that. This is the end of a very beautiful next stage reading that is coming in for you. A ring. That's the next stage in love for you. Someone offering you a ring and some beautiful awareness and clarity coming in about the next stage of a connection you're already in. If you're resonating with this, please let the collective know in the comments. This is a beautiful outlook. If you enjoyed the reading, you got clarity out of it, go ahead and hit the like button. That really helps me out. YouTube loves it. I love it. And it lets me know that you're getting something out of these readings. But for right now, I'm just going to thank all of you for watching this episode of my Pick a Card series, What's Next in Love. Go ahead and check out previous episodes. I will link them below. But for right now, I wish you all love, life, and happiness, and hope to see you right back here, Bow and Arrow Tarot, for your next love reading. Bye-bye, everyone.